Hello, in this tutorial, I will show you how to install PySpark using pip and Pycharm. Next, you will learn how to create a PySpark data frame and how to display it using the show method. If you are a jupyter-lab user, don't worry, in the second part, I will show you how to do the same thing using jupyter-lab. So first search on Google, Java JDK 8 download. If you download a higher version it might not work properly. This is the one I tested and I found it works. Next, you have to install WinUtils. So go to google.com and search for WinUtils. Click Hadoop 2.6.0, then scroll down to winutils.x. Next, create a folder in C or D with the name WinUtils and a folder with the name bin. It is very important to create the bin folder. Add the .x file to this folder. Now we have to add this to the global environments. Right-click the Start and click System. Click Advanced System Settings. Click Environment Variables. Click New. For variable name add Hadoop Home. And then add the path to the winutils.x. Now we are ready to install PySpark. Create a new PySpark project. PySpark will create a virtual environment for you. So choose a name and press Create button. I will delete everything from this file. So if you are a Pycharm user you can easily install this by going to File, Settings, Python Interpreter, and click the plus button to add a new package. Then you can search for the Pycharm package here. I tried to install the latest version, but for me, it didn't work so I used an older version, such as 3.0.0 and it worked. But let's do this from the terminal so that anybody can do this. So type pip install PySpark == 3.0.0 and press enter. Your antivirus will do some check, so don't worry, just wait. Now let's see if PySpark works by creating a little hello world. So type from PySpark.sql import Spark session. Now let's create a Spark session. Spark == Spark session. Builder. App name method. Add here whatever name you want. It is just a string. Then call the get or create method. Now, let's create the data frame. But first, let's import the row. From PySpark.sql import row. Let's use the create data frame method from the Spark session object to create a new data frame. For this method, I will provide a list of row objects. Okay, now let's invent some column names. Name is of type string. Let's duplicate this several times and make it a bit different. To view the data frame, you have to use the show method. Cool, so it failed. So this was expected. As you can see, you can't have in a column double and integers. A column should have the same type of values. So let's change 5 to 5.0, and we are good. So the first row is the column and then the rows are displayed, just like any Excel file. One more thing to notice here is that the description is truncated because is way too long. The show method has 3 parameters that we can use. So let's start with the first parameter. The n parameter limits the number of rows that are going to display. The vertical parameter, output rows vertically, 1 line per column value, if is set to true. The last parameter is truncate equals false. So this is preventing a column to be truncated or not, as you can see. I will stop here with PySpark for today, but I will continue with the jupyter-lab example. So first let's install jupyter-lab with the next command. python-m pip install jupyter-lab. If you go to settings, you can see all the new packages are installed from jupyter-lab. One thing I forgot to mention, if you are a Pycharm user, you can easily Control+click or Command+click the function name to see what parameters it has and how to use it. So now that the installation is finished, you can easily check out all the packages that were installed. Start the jupyter-lab by typing jupyter-lab. When you run it for the first time, your antivirus might complain about this, but don't worry, jupyter-lab is safe. Once it's finished the scan, the lab is going to open automatically in your default browser. So this means you can control what browser to open by setting the default browser. Create a new notebook. Let's import Spark session again, and the row. But you know what? We can put this in a single line because it's imported from the same file. If you want, you can run this. Create the Spark session. Run this as well. I think it's easier if I just copy-paste the data frame we created. Is the same code and is faster. If you don't like copy-pasting, please leave a comment so that I know for the future. Let's use the show method to display the results. It doesn't look good, isn't it? Let's make this pretty by changing Spark config eager value to true. Now if you run everything, you won't see anything new. But if you put just the data frame name and run it, you will see it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. If you want, you can become my Patreon and you will gain access to tutorial files and more.